What's up everybody, and welcome back to another Coffee 101 with Bunaberry. Today we're going to be talking about different equipment that you can use to brew coffee at home. So first up on our list is the classic Aeropress. Now the Aeropress is really good because it's very portable, very small, it's very easy to use and easy to understand. It also brews up coffee extremely quickly. It's probably the fastest brewing method out of them all, and it always delivers a great tasting cup. So the Aeropress is suited for people who are in a rush and don't want to spend too much time brewing their coffee but just want a consistently good cup of coffee. It's super easy to travel with, so if you're going abroad or you're on holiday and you just want to brew up some coffee, then just pop this in your bag. It comes with a nice travel bag, which is pretty cool with all the different equipment that you can use with it. The only issue with the Aeropress is that things happen very quickly. So if you're not used to brewing coffee and you're not used to all the different things that can go into brewing coffee, then this isn't necessarily the best place to start, because as I said, it happens in 1.5 minutes, and to try and figure out how to brew a good cup of coffee in 1.5 minutes is quite difficult. So the second piece of equipment that you can brew coffee with at home is the French press, or the cafetiere. Now this is a great start for beginners and people who are just looking to get into coffee brewing. It's super simple to use. All you've got to do is put your coffee in, let it steep for a set amount of time, plunge, and then pour into your cup, and you're good to go. You can set it, forget it, and you're always going to get a great cup of coffee. So for beginners, as I said, it's a great starting point. Price point, it's probably the cheapest out of all of the different brew methods, and it also allows you to brew up a lot of coffee. So it's great for offices, or if you've got a group of friends coming around. It's very large. You can brew up a huge amount of coffee in this compared to other brewing methods. On the Aeropress, you're limited to a small cup. Thirdly, on our list of equipment to use at home, we have got the V60. This is personally my favourite. Now this is really good because it allows you to take your time. You're looking at around 3.5 minutes, but you have so much control over how you brew your coffee. The coffee is very clean. The filters tend to be a little bit thicker, so you're going to get a very clean, clear flavours and clear profile, compared to the French press and the Aeropress, where they're going to have higher body and be a bit more muddy and a bit less clear in their flavours. This gives you the clarity. So if you're brewing up those really nice, high quality fruity coffees, this is the one to go for. And there's so many good different techniques that you can use for this, and it gives you so much scope to play around with and really fine tune what your coffee brewing is going to be. The only downside to this is that it takes slightly longer to brew on. It can take 4 minutes compared to the Aeropress, which is 1.5 minutes. So if you're in a rush, it probably isn't the equipment for you. But if you're looking to just take your time in the mornings and make yourself a nice cup of coffee, then I would highly recommend the V60. So lastly on our list is the Chemex. Now the Chemex is a great looking piece of equipment. It's very nicely designed, it's very pretty and very aesthetically pleasing. It produces such a great quality coffee as well, very clean, very light. The filter is very thick, so it can be quite hard to get the right brewing times. You have to really play around with the grind setting. This is a 10 cup Chemex, so you can brew up to 10 cups on it, which is great for large parties, great for a big group of people or an office space. If you're looking for something which is very Instagram friendly, then I would probably recommend Chemex. It's personally not my favourite. I don't really like brewing up on it because I can never really get the recipe right to make it taste as good as I can on the V60. For price wise, it's a bit more expensive than the others, obviously because it's nicer equipment. It's got the nice wood, the nice solid glass, but it's a great method if you're also looking to take your time. It takes a little bit longer to brew a Chemex than it does an Aeropress. So there's a lot of other brewing equipment available that we haven't featured in this video, such as the Kalita Wave and various other methods that you can use. These are the 4 main ones that you'll find, and the 4 ones which I would recommend you start looking into. The others can be a bit complicated and a bit over the top. You've got the vacuum coffee makers and other things like that. Alternatively, if you wanted to automate your brewing and you didn't fancy putting the time to brew it yourself every day, I would recommend getting a Mocha Master, or I would recommend getting a Wilfer Precision Brewer or the Sage Brewer. So those 3, all the links in the description for all of these, you'll be able to buy all those online. So in terms of other brewing equipment, I would highly recommend investing in some quality scales, such as the Hario scales here. You'll find them on Amazon. The link will be in the description as well for that. I think that the scales are a very important part of the brewing equipment. If you have accurate scales, then you can use recipes and develop your own recipes. If you're trying to wing it without scales, you're never going to get it right. It's always going to be inconsistent. The way baristas can get consistently good quality coffee whenever you go into a coffee shop is because they're using scales and they're weighing all of their shots and all of their recipes. Now, a good quality kettle as well is also very important, but I think investing in scales first, then good brewing equipment, and then kettle in that order is the way forward. Wouldn't worry too much about your kettle, but if you're brewing a V60 or a Chemex, you're going to need a slow pour kettle, one with a long spout. That's going to really allow you to get that control of how you pour on that coffee. The Aeropress and the French press, you don't need this. So if you haven't got a slow pour stout on your kettle, then I would invest in a French press or an Aeropress. So that's it for coffee brewing equipment. This is just an overview of the 4 different brewing methods that we like the most, and a great place to start if you're just looking to get into coffee brewing. And if you're interested, we are going to do more in-depth videos on each brewing equipment, and that will be in the future. This is just for the Coffee 101 series. If you're interested, we're going to be doing another video next week, so make sure you subscribe. If you've got a friend who may enjoy this video as well, make sure you just send it to them. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you next week for another Coffee 101 with Bunaberry. Peace!